The True Asuras are too hard or just not worth hunting? Well, this is my guide on how to hunt the True Asuras. So this spawn has been around for quite some time now, but a lot of people haven't hunted here, and usually just go there for the west of the bomb field and the access to the secret library, but not gonna talk about either of those in this video. I will do that in a separate video eventually. The spawn itself is located downstairs of the newer Asuras spawn, mostly referred to as the Mirror Asuras. I will assume you guys already have done these missions to get past the mirror, so I will only remind you that you need the I key to get past the door. You get the I key on the southwest room, which to get past the door you need the Lotus key from the far northeast room. If you get the key, then head southeast to enter the area before the True Asuras. You gotta be careful of this room because this is where people trap the True Asuras from the regular spawn, as well as sometimes other monsters. If that's the case, you definitely don't want to mess that up, because it will only get you in trouble with people hunting Asuras. But don't worry, it's easy to get past this. The easier way is to go in and kill the smaller monsters such as the Hellspawns and small Asuras if any, and that will help you make room to move through. Next, you want to build a wall of 3 walls and magic walls on this hall. Get your team to go through and then close the door behind you and go through the walls. After that, just follow the path until you reach the stairs, which is gonna be hard at the start since there is 6 to 7 Asuras. If you guys are on the lower end of levels, then I suggest to use summons to clear this. After that, it's a lot easier to control the pace of how many Asuras you can lure and tank. The first time I came to this spawn was at level 310. I was using a defensive spray on True Asuras as well as death protection imbuement on the shield and fire protection on the armor. Also, I already had the Falcon chain at the time, so keep that in mind. We were only doing the quest but doing a bit of exploring and killing at the same time. My first real hunt was at level 347 with a full team. Again with a defensive spray on True Midnights and used the protection on shield. The experience was just barely 2.5kk on 100%, but keep in mind that it was our first hunt and we were really low levels, so it was mostly for fun. My second attempt was at level 449 with full team again, and experience was around the 3kk on 100%. After level 500s and unlocking the praise, the experience starts to get to the 4.2kk on 100%. Keep in mind that all of this was on the last floor of the spawn. I did try once to hunt only on the first floor at 500 plus, and the experience was only 3.5kk experience on 100%. So the first floor is only necessary if you happen to be overkilling on the last floor, but that didn't happen to us ever. Of course, that is if you hunt the way we did, which looks simple, but trust me, it isn't. It will rely a lot on the E-Cave to be using magic walls, because the Asuras as well as Hellhounds go through every bond, so the only way to get them off is with 3 walls or magic walls. So my level recommendation is to be over 400 with a defensive prey and over 500 with charms and no praise. But in the end, it's up to you guys, so let's talk about how we hunted. On the last floor we do 9 pulls. After we get more used to everything, we included a 10th pull upstairs, but it shouldn't be necessary for most teams. It's just a good addition if you wanna do it. Most pulls will be of 8 monsters or less, with these 2 exceptions. In both of these you will sometimes lure more than that. So starting for the last floor, kill these 4 Asuras here and then head east. Bring the 2 Asuras and stand at the end of the hall. Place a magic wall and have your RP or MS lure the few Asuras to the east and then just go through the magic wall. Go back and then north and clear these Asuras. Then take the red Asura off the hall to the room and do this pull. Then to the northwest, you can try to make sure to grab the 2 red Asuras on the hall or just run all the way west. And again, at the end of the hall, place a magic wall. Your team will end up bringing these Asuras regardless, then they just go through the magic wall to take them off. After that, go north and bring the 2 or 3 midnights to the northern room. This one was pretty hard for us, but later on I started to lure the 3 midnights slowly and using them as a wall to block, and then place magic walls to the sides. After that pull, head west and stand at this intersection. Sometimes the paladin will have to lure the Asuras from the west, as they might not be close enough. Go north and this will be one of the hardest pull. The EK should run in and do a lap to bring all the Asuras while the rest of the team forms a wall with their characters and 3/magic walls. From there, head southwest, and this one you can do with just a mark on the map to make sure you stand on this spot, and then just a magic wall here will do the trick. The stall pull is the second hardest because it gets really chaotic. You wanna lure quickly from the southwest cave and go to your spot in the hall. Since the Asuras from the east get there quicker, it can be hard for your mages as well as yourself to actually set up. Once at the spot, throw the magic wall to the side. Now head east to lure the monsters from there, make sure you have them on you and then stand on the south hall and send the RP or the sorcerer to lure from the south, while you place a magic wall to the side for them. and that will be the full lap. From this point, just repeat everything. Now, a couple of tips. First, unless you're more than 600, I don't recommend mages to hunt without mana shield. It's even harder that way. Also, if you're going to roll for a defensive prey, do it on the midnights. It's easier to get fire protection than death, and overall there is more midnights. I also recommend to use dodge on the midnights when you unlock it. And by the way, I was using most of the times a death imbuement on shield and fire protection on armor, with a neck and arrow slot for death. Sometimes I use magma amulets as well. I don't recommend to use Otito as you regularly do because they change targets quite often and not being able to use bombs makes it hard. So it's better to just spam the Exile and let the party do the most of the damage. On these 3 pools in particular, you can hunt like people do at the secret library by just building a full wall of 3 walls blocking the hall. By the time we thought of doing that, it was already too late as we were too used to hunting our own way, but I do think it makes the life of the shooters a lot safer, because in most of these pools the mages have to tank the monsters until they're sure the EK exit arrest them. Also, do not go through magic walls if you don't have monsters on you. Multiple people going at the same time for no need will make it so that you bounce with each other, and overall it's more chaotic. Lastly, this fire portal on the northwest takes you to the palace, so it's a quick way to get out of the spawn. If you're hunting with a summon for the first time, it's fun to scare them by claiming that there is a lot of True Asuras and to use SSIs and my rings before going in. That is all for this video. If you want to support the channel and creation of more videos like this, consider sending some Tibia coins to Goody Donation. Thank you for watching and see you next time.